67. Al-Ahad, the One, the Unique, the Sole One, the Incomparable. Al-Ahad is one of the 99 names of Allah, God, mentioned in Islamic tradition. It is an Arabic word that can be translated as the One or the Unique. The name Al-Ahad emphasizes the absolute oneness and singularity of Allah, highlighting His uniqueness and indivisible nature. In Islamic theology, it is believed that Allah is unlike anything else in existence and there is nothing comparable to Him. By using the name Al-Ahad, Muslims affirm their belief in the absolute unity of Allah. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is Al-Ahad, in Arabic, Al-Ahad, He is incomparable, unequaled, and indivisible. Al-Ahad is the one who was, is, and will ever remain alone. No one can ever be equal to Him in the essence of all His beautiful attributes. From the root Hamza ha dal, Alif Hamzat ha dal, which has the following classical Arabic connotations: to be one, to be the only one, one alone, sole, to unite, unify. Al-Wahid and Al-Ahad are two names that describe the Tawheed, the oneness, of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He is the one who can neither be divided nor duplicated, making Him the one and only. This is the starting point of what it means to be a Muslim, the core belief from which everything else stems. That is why in the Shahada, we testify, La ilaha illa Allah, there is no God but Allah. He is said to be the one who existed before anything else existed. Each name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is unique and offers a new shade of meaning. They are not synonymous, although there may be some overlap. Al-Ahad describes absolute oneness and uniqueness, none compares to Him. In contrast, Al-Wahid refers to His being as the numerical one. Some commentators noted that Al-Wahid indicates affirmation, whereas Al-Ahad refers to negation. Others note that Ahad is seen as conveying a higher degree. He is intensely one, uniquely one. The name Al-Wahid is mentioned many times throughout the Quran. The name Al-Ahad appears in one place, and that is in Surah Ikhlas. Say, He is Allah, who is one, Quran 112-1. Nor is there to Him any equivalent, Quran 112-4. Sa'id al-Musayyib reported in mursal form that the Prophet said, if anyone recites 10 times say, He is God, 1, a palace will be built for him in paradise because of it. If anyone recites 20 times 2 palaces will be built for him in paradise because of it, and if anyone recites it 30 times 3 palaces will be built for him in paradise because of it. Umar al-Khattab said, I swear by God, Messenger of God, that we shall then produce many palaces for ourselves, to which he replied, God's abundant grace is even more comprehensive than that. Anas said, one of the Ansar used to lead the Ansar in Salat in the Quba Mosque, and it was his habit to recite Qul Huwallahu Ahad whenever he wanted to recite something in Salat. When he finished that surah, he would recite another one with it. He followed the same procedure in each rak'ah. His companions discussed this with him and said, you recite this surah and do not consider it sufficient and then you recite another. So would you recite it alone or leave it and recite some other? He said, I will never leave it, and if you want me to be your imam on this condition then it is all right, otherwise I will leave you. They knew that he was the best amongst them and they did not like someone else to lead them in Salat. When the Prophet went to them as usual, they informed him about it. The Prophet addressed him and said, O so-and-so, what forbids you from doing what your companions ask you to do? Why do you read this surah particularly in every rak'ah? He replied, I love this surah. The Prophet said, Your love for this surah will make you enter paradise. Abu Darda reported Allah's apostle as saying, "Is any one of you incapable of reciting a third of the Quran in a night?" They, the companions, asked, "How could one recite a third of the Quran in a night?" Upon this he, the Holy Prophet, said, "Say, He is Allah, 1, Quran 112, is equivalent to a third of the Quran." The believer benefits in knowing that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is al-Ahad. We realize what it means to be truly unique. Allah is the one and only creator, al-Khaliq, the one and only provider, ar-Rizaq. As the title of the surah Ikhlas, meaning sincerity, suggests, we turn to Him with the purest intentions to seek His mercy, love, and acceptance. We also learn of the extensive rewards that's gift-wrapped for the believer in reciting Surah Ikhlas. We can reflect on this name by asking ourselves how we are unique, what admirable qualities do I possess or wish to develop? What are attributes honorable in the sight of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala often neglected? It's easy to conform and blend in with the masses. In fact, we may unconsciously do this so as to not be ostracized from standing out. Instead, we should recognize how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made us unique and be grateful to Him. Don't fall for the dreams people sell that you should be like them, which can only be achieved by purchasing their product. This is a chase that will lead to unfulfillment. True contentedness is through acceptance and gratitude for what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given you. O Allah, I ask you, O Allah, you are the one, the only, self-sufficient Master, who was not begotten and begets not, and none is equal to Him. Forgive me my sins, surely you are forgiving, merciful. Scholars have provided various explanations and insights into the significance of the name Al-Ahad in this verse. Here are a few key points. 1. Emphasis on oneness. The name Al-Ahad highlights the concept of monotheism, Tawheed. It stresses the absolute oneness of Allah, affirming that there is no deity or entity worthy of worship except Him alone. 2. Indivisibility. The term Al-Ahad denotes Allah's indivisibility, signifying that He is not composed of multiple parts or divisions. Allah is unique and incomparable. 3. Exclusivity. By using the name Al-Ahad, the verse emphasizes that Allah is the only true and ultimate reality. There is no partner, rival, or equal to Him in His essence, attributes, or dominion. 4. Unique qualities. Al-Ahad also suggests that Allah possesses unparalleled qualities and characteristics that distinguish Him from everything else in existence.